What's up everyone, ReggieTECH here. I hope you're all doing well and thanks for tuning into the channel. So in today's video we're talking organization. And organization of what, you may be asking? Well, of game controllers. I don't know about you guys, but my game controllers are all over the place and they're in desks, on top of desks, on top of the TV stand, everywhere. They're just taking up so much space and they kind of look ugly being around all over the place, and it just makes me feel so unorganized. So I went on the search on Amazon for controller organizers, and I found a couple that you can actually mount to the wall using just 3M sticky tape, which is good because then you don't even need to drill holes and it's a no mess installation. So I did my research on a bunch of different types and a bunch of different brands, and the one that I came down to buying is this brand. I believe it's pronounced OAPRIRE or OAPRIRE. I'm not really sure, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right either one of those ways. But I found this one and I thought it was really cool because it uses that 3M sticky tape, the same ones that they use on GoPros and they stick them to cars and stuff like that, or that's at least what they say on the description. But I also found it cool because the controllers themselves won't touch the wall the way that they have the mounts designed, and I find that good because in a lot of cases when you have stuff on the wall and they've been sitting there or stuck on the wall for some time, they tend to stick to the paint depending on what type of paint you've used to paint your walls, and it just makes it really kind of nasty, I guess. When you pull that thing off the wall, you see that the paint's ripped and there's like a section of the paint that's kind of missing, and then it's also on whatever you took off the wall, so it kind of creates a huge mess of everything. But with this one, they say that that does not happen, and we'll be testing that out in just a little while too. So here's the box that it comes in. It says the company's name up at the top and doesn't really say anything else besides the product's barcode and the description of the product, which is the controller stand. And I did get the 2-packs because, it would just save time and save money as well. So I can just, mount as many controllers as I can at once with the one purchase. And I did buy a few boxes of these, so you guys will see me install a bunch of them. So when we open the box, the first thing that we get is a card that is thanking you by the company's owner and telling you to review their products. It'll gives great feedback and stuff like that. And then it also gives you an installation guide. So the first step is to clean the mounting surface and ensure that it's clean and dry. Step 2 is to attach that 3M tape to the back of the controller mount. Step 3 is to firmly press the mounting, the controller mounts onto the wall and hold it there for a few seconds. And then step 4 is you have to wait 24 hours for the maximum hold strength to be there. So we'll follow these instructions to the T. We'll make sure that everything goes well, and then we'll see if they fall off when controllers are mounted to them. And the next thing that I can see in the box right out of here is you get some wire organizers. So if you're planning on charging your controllers, while they're up on the wall or whatever, you can do that, and these wire organizers make it nice and easy and organized. I also do see the 3M tape in here as well. And let's see how many of those they give you. So I did get the 2-pack, and it looks like they gave me 4 pads, which is nice. So if I ever have to take it down and replace it and put it somewhere else, I'll have an extra 2 of them to do so. And let me show you those wire kind of organizers. It's just that little circle that has the little wire run through it, and then it has the 3M tape on the back to stick that to the wall as well. So you can put those 2 aside. And these come in a bunch of different colors, but I kind of like the idea of having them clear, just so that it kind of looks like they're not even on the wall. If you look really closely, you'll be able to see them. So I got the clear ones. I saw them in black, in white, and I think in a couple other colors too. I'm not too sure. I will be posting links to multiple colors and multiple styles in the description box below, and you guys will be able to see them there. So here's a controller mount. It is crystal clear. It has their company logo right here in black. It looks kind of nice, and the controller will be hiding that anyways. The controller stand itself has some nice beveling going off to the side, so your controllers will comfortably fit there, and they won't have any issues with scratching the controllers. Over here towards the front, you do have a nice kind of lip coming up, and that's what's going to hold the controller in place. And then you can see how the back is. It has a nice angle there, and then this is the piece that's going to be sticking to the wall. On the bottom, it's the same kind of finish, but it is much sharper on the bottom, as I can see here. It does look like it has a little bit of angling on this side, which is nice. So depending on what kind of controller you're using, it kind of, you know, conforms to that kind of angle. So I have a PS4 controller right next to me over here. And if I drop this PS4 on the controller, let's see how it fits on the controller mount. And it fits actually really well. And as you can see, where those triggers are, they're not even going to be touching the wall just because of how they design these mounts. Now let me grab a Xbox One controller and we'll see how the fit is from there. Alright, so with the Xbox One controller, here's my Gears of War edition, and if I drop this on the controller mount, wow, that fits way nicer than with the PS4 just because of how their controllers are designed. As you can see, that really did conform to that kind of angle that they put there. But on the back as well, you can see that the triggers, they won't be touching the wall either, just because of how they designed this. So no matter how big your controller is, because these Xbox controllers are huge, they won't be touching the wall, so you won't have to worry if they're sitting up there for so long that they'll get stuck to the paint, and then the paint will come off the wall and be on the controller and create that huge mess of things. But I'm excited to get these up on the wall, so I'm gonna go ahead and get them installed, and yeah, we'll test them out. We'll see if the controllers hold, and we'll also kind of do a stress test on it to see how strong that tape is gonna create a hold on the wall. Alrighty. Alright, and now you guys are joining me in the area that I'm gonna be installing these. So I'm gonna be installing them right inside this kind of crevice that this shelf is up on, and obviously the controllers, depending on how many I have, they'll kind of come down the wall like this, and maybe I'll even mount some on the side. But the first step is to clean the surface, and since alcohol rub is kind of on the shortage these days, I'll be using a glass cleaner. And the reason for the glass cleaner is because, well, glass cleaner it's very good to get any kind of, you know, grime and any kind of like residue and really greasy stuff off of any surface. So I figure that it'll be a really good option to use. And then I have my microfiber cloth right here to wipe everything off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean that up right now. So now that the wall is dry to the touch and I can't feel any moisture on it, I'm gonna start the installation of these controller mounts. So the first thing I'm gonna do is grab the mount itself, and they did say to stick the 3M adhesive onto the mount first. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna peel it off, and it looks like it's actually crystal clear 3M tape as well, from what I can see right now. So just wipe this controller mount a little bit. And then I'll put it on the back of the controller mount, and I'll kind of make sure that it's centered just so that it has the maximum hold. And before I install these, I just want to make sure that the controller is going to fit comfortably and that there's enough space for 2 controllers at least in this area. So what I'll do is I'll test fit it with a controller on. So here's the controller, and then I'll just make sure that everything becomes centered. And that looks pretty good. So I'll go ahead and get these stuck on the wall, and I'll press them in, and we'll see how it turns out after it cures for 24 hours. We'll test, you know, how strong it is. These controller mounts themselves, they're actually extremely rigid. Like, they have no flex to them whatsoever. I can bend, I can do whatever, and it's not even budging. So it's made of really strong materials, I can see that already, but let's see if the tape can hold up to having the weight of a controller on it as well. Alrighty everyone, so it's been one whole complete day, and I've let these controller mounts completely adhere to the wall. for that 24 hours as per the instructions. And I've got to say that the adhesive is actually on there really strong. I mean, I can put my hand on here, just drop it down and basically make my hand lazy. And they're not budging, they're not moving at all. The construction of these controller mounts are extremely rigid and strong. I mean, it looks like it's made out of acrylic. So it being acrylic, it's very, very strong. There's really no flex. There's just a tiny bit of flex, but not that much. And the adhesive is extremely strong. I mean, I'm just letting my hand pretty much hang here and it's not even budging. So I just wanted to show you guys how it looks on the wall. It was nice that they included clear adhesive, that clear 3M tape, so that no matter what wall you put them on, you won't see the tape on the other side of these crystal clear controller mounts. It makes everything kind of tie in really well, and it just looks a lot nicer than it would if these were, for instance, a white tape or a gray tape. You know, depending on what color walls you have, it really does make the world of difference if you get these clear mounts. So the last thing that we need to do is put all these controllers up there, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Alrighty, so now I've got all these controllers up there, and boy oh boy does it look nice to have everything organized and displayed like this. I honestly couldn't be happier with the crystal clear mounts, and I'm really glad that I did find them because I was originally going to buy the white ones. But because I got these crystal clear ones, it just makes everything look nicer. I mean, you can see the full controller color, you can see the full controller, and it kind of looks, you know, from a distance that these are just, you know, hanging on the wall without any support, which is really cool. As you can see, I do have a couple of Xbox One controllers up here, and then I do have a Switch Pro controller there and a couple of PS4 controllers, and they all fit well. I did put them extremely close to each other, and the reason for that is just to kind of save space around here. But I think it all looks nice. I mean, maybe I'll add an LED light under here to kind of shine on those game controllers, because it really does look nice. Overall, I am 100% completely satisfied with this purchase. I mean, the only thing now to see is how well these adhesives will hold up with these controllers on them for an extended amount of time. But I honestly don't think that they will have any issues. I did follow the instructions down to the T. I did do a little pressure test on each one of them to make sure that they weren't budging or that I didn't hear that adhesive kind of, you know, stripping off the wall. So I honestly think that they will hold, and I think it looks great up there. If you guys are looking for any of these controller mounts, I will be leaving a couple links to them down in that description box below, so be sure to check that out. I'll be leaving a couple links to the different colors that they have, as well as these exact ones that I ordered, and even the single pack and the double pack versions that they do offer. So it's honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a great idea. I really do like that this company made them. As I said before, you know, they did make them with that beveled edge along the top so that they do conform to the controller and so that they don't scratch or damage the controller's surface itself. You know, that's pretty much it. It was an extremely easy installation. All I had to do was clean the wall, stick the adhesive to the back of the controller mount, stick the controller mount to the wall, press it down firmly, and then just let it sit there for a day, you know, 24 hours. And then after that, the results just look like this, and it really does look nice. I really am liking this a lot. It looks a lot nicer than having these laying all around the house or in drawers and things like that, just taking up unnecessary space. So now that they're on the wall, it not only adds a bit of style to this area, but it also gives me more opportunity to utilize the storage that I have to their full extent. So with that all being said, if you guys like this video, go ahead and smash that like button down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more content just like it, consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notifications bell down in that corner so that you guys will be notified as soon as I upload any new videos. And if you guys have any questions or comments about these controller mounts, feel free to comment them down in that comment box and I'll be quick to answer them. So you guys, I hope you all stay well, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all next time.